Hello, it is I, your boy Gomi, and we're going to be continuing our coverage of UFC 290. We are going to be looking now today at the two guys sharing the co-main event, the flyweight championship fight between Brandon Moreno and Alexandre Pantoja. So, this is going to be the third fight between these men. Now, even though it's being marketed as a second fight, the first fight was an exhibition match on The Ultimate Fighter many, many years ago. But now, even though Brandon Moreno lost to Alexandre Pantoja twice and was cut from the UFC after his second loss, he came back and he's now the champion. The champion that Alexandre Pantoja needs to defeat to be able to get that title. Now, this is an interesting matchup because we've seen them fight multiple times before. This is like Izzy versus Alex Pereira. We see now the guy is 0-2 against him, and he's a champ. Granted, Alexandre Pantoja has been in division for like the whole time. He's never been cut. The only reason he never became champ was because he ran into the guy that Moreno beat, which is Figueiredo, and then also Askarov, who bounced after losing to Kaikar France, which is hilarious. But yes, this is going to be a very entertaining fight. This, I think, is a very exciting fight, and honestly, I think it's going to be a better fight than the main event, to be perfectly honest with you. But yes, this is going to be a flyweight title fight between Brandon Moreno and Alexandre Pantoja. Moreno is going to be 29 years of age. Very young. Very young. 21 wins, 6 losses, 2 draws, 5 knockouts, 11 submissions, 5'7" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 70-inch reach advantage, a 1.80 takedown average, a 48.27% significant strike accuracy, minus 200 favorite. Significant wins over Davidson Figueiredo twice, Kaikar France, and Brandon Royval. Now Pantoja. He's going to be 33 years of age, 25 wins, 5 losses, 8 knockouts, 10 submissions, 5'5" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 67.5-inch reach, disadvantage, a 1.37 takedown average, a 52.95% significant strike accuracy, plus 170 underdog. Significant wins over Brandon Moreno twice, Alex Perez, Brandon Royval, and Manel Kape. Oh man. I said it, I'm going to say it again. I think this is the best fight in the card. I'm going to be honest with you. The one problem I have with 290 compared to 291 is a lot of the fights are pretty lopsided. You can tell by the betting odds too. A lot of the fights are really lopsided. This is, I feel, the closest matchup, and it's actually swinging in a way I didn't expect. The fact that it's swinging towards Brandon Moreno as the favorite is people are really banking off the fact that he's massively improved. They're really acknowledging that Moreno is a far different fighter. He's a completely different fighter in those fights. Like, let's be honest here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But what I'm going to say, actually, is it's like the Izzy fights between Pereira. I'm going to draw a comparison between those. In it, the Izzy fights, Izzy was very, very close. In fact, Izzy was winning almost all of those fights. Alexandre Pantoja and Brandon Moreno is different because Pantoja submitted him in the first round, Ultimate Fighter, and then beat the living breaks out of him, destroyed him to a decision. No chance for Moreno in the second fight. Granted, those fights were so long ago to a point that I'm not even really pulling up data from them. Like, when were those fights ago? 2018 for the second fight. But you just have to keep in mind, Moreno, while he's a drastically different fighter, he cannot fully change who he is. What has he improved on since then? Boxing. Primarily, Moreno before was exclusively, not exclusively, but primarily a wrestler, and not a really crazy good one. He just would hold you, maybe get a takedown, land some shots, and really try to fish for submissions. He had some solid jiu-jitsu game, but the thing is, was that his main thing in the UFC? No. But he had a very solid jiu-jitsu game, and he got a lot of submissions. What has he improved on now? Great boxing. Absolutely great boxing. His striking is vastly improved. Looking by the fact they took out one of the better strikers in the division, Kaikar France. Now, I think Kaikar France got robbed against Albazi, to be honest with you. But what we saw was Kaikar France clearly dictated the striking realm. And Kaikar France was able to beat out a really good grappler in Askarov. That was an amazing performance. Yet, Moreno outstroked him. He finished him. Beautiful liver kick. Beautiful liver kick. He was very smart, intelligent with that. We did see Kaikar France was piecing him up, to be honest with you, and you took a lot of damage. But at the end of the day, Moreno's improved striking was what allowed him to win the fight, and that is what I feel he actually will have, excuse you, is what I feel he has the advantage of, in all honesty. I'm not going to lie. It's a very interesting matchup because Alexandre Pantoja has not changed much, to be honest with you, but I feel he's gotten more effective at what he's been doing prior. So Brandon Moreno, I don't know if he'll win in the striking, and I don't think he'll win in the grappling. It's hard to say, but points, maybe he could outpoint Pantoja, or maybe he could get a knockout on him. But I'm actually going to be leaning towards Pantoja now. Yes, I think Pantoja is going to get it for a third time because his style is basically a more aggressive version of Kaikar France in the striking feat. It's just that Kaikar has a better striker. And what I mean is he plods forward and he strikes with deadly volume. He really is a high pressure fighter. Ask good old Alex Perez. Pantoja really pushed the pressure on Perez, pushed him up against the fence, got on his back and subbed him out. Because that's the thing what he has over Kaikar France is a very good sub game. Can Moreno get subbed? No. But can I see him get outstruck? Yes. But Figueiredo hits harder, and that's the reason he was able to outstrike him in a lot of those exchanges. But that's also Moreno was a little bit more hesitant. If Moreno gets hesitant with Pantoja, Pantoja will blitz him out. Simple as that. I think Pantoja is going to have the better overall game. While I think Moreno will have the more intelligent striking, the pressure of Pantoja will eventually start to wane and wear on him. Wane and wear. Eventually, I think he'll be able to get a submission. I think he'll be able to get a submission and submit Moreno again. We've seen it happen before. Now, what I will say, though, is you could look at how Moreno handled Figueiredo and how Pantoja handled Figueiredo, as that's going to be the key link between the both of them and why Perez didn't get that title. Figueiredo just had more strength and more power overall against Pantoja. I said Perez, I meant to say Pantoja. He just had more overall strength, and he was able to stun him and damage him and hurt him, while basically kept stunning Pantoja. Brandon Moreno was able to skeeter beyond that with just intelligent defense, and he never let Figueiredo dictate the fight, because if he was losing striking, he'd start mixing up the grappling. If he's using the grappling, start mixing up the striking. Pantoja did not do that against Figueiredo, and that's why Figueiredo was able to just deal massive damage to him and just overall just push him back. But what we're able to see, though, is we're able to see the fact that actually Pantoja was able to start getting advantage of Figueiredo tiring out, showing that he has a pretty good gas tank. But that is a pretty good gas tank during 3-minute fights. Moreno has 5 rounds experience now. He's went 5 rounds multiple times, twice against Figueiredo. But those are the fights that he either went to a draw or lost. So it's hard to say. I'm going to be actually leaning towards Alexandre Pantoja. I think he's going to just have the advantage in pressuring him, striking with him, and eventually getting a submission. And that's how I think the fight's going to go down. Kind of like how he did against Alex Perez and Brandon Royval. You look at the way he fought both of those fights, both pretty good fighters, both Perez and Royval. Royval's on the cusp of a title shot. Yet just Pantoja walked him down. He's so mean with it. He's not as intelligent striking. He will wing and miss shots, but he will just throw. He will just throw and throw, and he has so much pressure. And I feel that's going to be the main thing he'll use to just back up Moreno. Will he finish him in the first round, second round, or third round? Probably not, but I could see a late round finish after he just wears on him. But I could also see a decision from Moreno. I don't think he'll finish him. I don't think he'll finish Pantoja. So it could go either way, but I'm actually going to be leaning in the way of Alexandre Pantoja. I think he's going to get it done again, and I think he's going to be the new flyweight champion, and we're going to set up a new trilogy fight that I don't want. But yes, once again, this has been your boy Gomi, Again, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow because I'm going to be continuing my coverage of 290 throughout the course of the week. And please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Bye-bye.